This is Religion in the News, sponsored by Wish TV, in cooperation with the Church Federation of Greater Indianapolis.
Good morning, I'm Jeffrey Payne, and you're watching Religion in the News. Joining me today is Gabrielle Campo. Today we'll talk to the newest member of the Police Merit Board, a welcoming service for immigrants, and a man reaching out to youth through engineering. Stay tuned. Good morning. Joining me today is Pastor James Jackson of the Fervent Prayer Church. Welcome to the show, Pastor.
Thank you.
How are you today?
Doing great. How
Thanks.
are you?
I'm wonderful. Thanks for joining us today. And first, let's talk about your church, Fervent Prayer Church on the Far East Side.
Yeah. Well, Fervent Prayer Church is located here in the beautiful city of Indianapolis at 10512 East 38th Street between German Church and Mid-Hartford Road. Our service times are 11 o'clock a.m. on Sunday mornings. And also on Wednesdays at 7, we also have a new location on the south side of Indianapolis at 343 South 1st Street. So we welcome those who would to come on out and join us.
That's outstanding. Now, we've talked a lot about how exciting things are at Fervent Prayer, and you and I have had conversations about how sometimes you'll have a direction you want to preach in, and then things kind of shift. How does that work out?
You know, preparation is extremely important, and you do a good job with what we call the praise report. After the service, we kind of make some comments on how things went. We do a lot of preparation and prayer and study and reading the Bible, and we prepare an outline, but the kind of ministering and the preaching I do, if God wants me to go in another direction, sometimes it's right on the same line of what I studied. Sometimes it's something what I call prophetic preaching, where I just preach out of the overflow, as we call it in Kingdom vernacular.
Outstanding. Now, we're also working on a building project, the Focus to Finish. Talk about that.
Yeah, well, when we got out there on East 38th Street, there was nothing there at that geographical location but a farmhouse and a detached garage. We were blessed to build 2 brand new buildings in addition to renovating and utilizing the 2 that were already there. This newest project, we call it Building Number 5. We're focused to finish what we started. We have a Christian school and daycare out there. The Fervent Care Child Care and Christian Academy, and we've had our school. We used our buildings multi-purpose for a long time, and now we're blessed to extend onto one of our buildings, our newest building. We call it Building Number 5, but more specifically, our education and Christian school wing.
That's outstanding. Now, tell us about the pastoral staff for Fervent Prayer.
We have a great pastoral team, myself, my wife, Pastor Dee, Pastor Dwight Washington, and Prophetess DeWanda Washington, and they're the site pastors for our South location. And we also have some new members to our pastoral team, Pastor Ken Johnson, who is he has a ministry called Emerging Eagles that he's brought under the covering of the Fervent Prayer Church. He's also the chaplain for the Indianapolis Colts. And we have several other ministers and elders and deacons who help us to serve God's people. That's outstanding. Now, how long has Fervent Prayer Church been in existence? Well, April, it'll be 16 full years. We'll be starting our 17th year, first Sunday in April. We started our first 3 years on the west side of Indianapolis in School 75, which is a Head Start program going on there now. But before that, we had a room in there. And of course, we wanted to stay on the west side, but it was God's will for us to go to the Far East side. We've been out there for the balance of the time. Outstanding. Now, we also have a focus on prayer. How has the focus on prayer been effective or been such an important part of Fervent Prayer Church? Well, you know, prayer is paramount over everything, I believe. We started our church based upon the principle of prayer, James chapter 5. The effectual fervent prayer of the righteous man availeth much. And we believe in the prayer of faith, or praying faith, is very, very important. And when someone gives their life to Jesus Christ, one of the most important subjects that they need to learn is how to pray. In Luke chapter 11, Jesus' disciples said, Lord, teach us to pray, as John taught his disciples how to pray. So we understand you're not born biologically into the world, nor born again spiritually knowing how to pray. Somebody has to teach you how to do it. And incidentally, Jesus' disciples never asked him to teach them anything else in all the Gospels except how to pray, although he taught them how to do several things. But they did not request to be taught anything, as they ask specifically in Scripture to be taught how to pray. So prayer is very, very important. It is what we do, and we want to do it better.
Yes. Now, congratulations are in order as you have been assigned to a new position as part of the Police Merit Board. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, I started studying public safety about 10 years ago, and following it, particularly because you saw so much happening in the news. You know, it's been said by some government authorities that public safety is the most basic responsibility of local government. And so I started following public safety, the statistical data, and various things like that that were happening. And God began to open doors for me. I went to community meetings. I encouraged people to go to task force meetings in their districts, their different policing districts. I have the East District out there. My commander there is Commander Hassler. And I started going to those meetings when now Deputy Chief Connect, he used to be our commander. We were going to the meetings, and God opened up a door for us to serve on the Public Safety Board. And then God opened up a door this year for me to serve on the Indianapolis Police Merit Board, which is the governing body for the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department.
Wow. Now, are there any other pastors a part of that merit board?
No, as I understand it, I'm the first pastor ever to serve on that board, so I'm very excited about that and hope I don't disappoint.
I'm sure you'll do a fine job. Pastor Jackson, we're really excited about you being on the program today, and we have some information about the Fervent Prayer Church. And if you want to visit, we've got Fervent Prayer Church located at 10512 East 38th Street, Indianapolis, Indiana 46235. And the phone number there is area code 317-898-2751. Pastor Jackson, thanks again for joining us today.
You're welcome.
And wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Back to you.
Coming up next, my guest talks about a welcoming service for immigrants when Religion in the News returns. Good morning and welcome back to Religion in the News. Joining me today is Terry Morris Downs from the Immigrant Welcome Center. Terry, welcome.
Good morning, Gabrielle. Nice to see you, and thanks for having me on the show today.
Well, it's wonderful to have you, and I know you're the Executive Director for the Immigrant Welcome Center.
I am.
And would you share with the audience a little bit about the Immigrant Welcome Center and what you do?
I'd be happy to. The Immigrant Welcome Center is a nonprofit organization that helps newly arrived immigrants and refugees get connected to the help that they need in order to integrate into our city. And we do that through both trained volunteers that we call natural helpers, who are immigrants themselves and work one-on-one to help people understand American culture, norms, everything, how things work in Indianapolis, as well as to connect them with social services or other supports that our community provides to people.
That's wonderful. You know, I know that the immigrant population has grown over the years, and our city's made of immigrants. How would you say that you've seen that change in the last 5 years or so?
Well, we certainly have seen many more immigrant and refugee populations moving into Indianapolis. As you know, refugees are being resettled from throughout the world, from Asia, from Africa, and so they have certainly increased the diversity of the city's population. And we obviously have many Hispanic Latino residents with us too, and are happy to welcome everyone.
That's wonderful. And I know that you received a foundation, an endowment actually, in the recent days to help spread the good work that you're doing. How do you foresee that helping you?
We have received a very generous gift from the Rubin family in order to be able to expand our programs and services into the community and work directly with immigrant and refugee populations here in Indianapolis to be able to offer services, education, outreach, and stronger supports in addition to our Natural Helpers program.
Wonderful. And it seems the endowment and other agencies are seeing such the value that immigrants play on our city. Can you talk a little bit about that value and how they really are impacting the fabric of our community?
Well, they are bringing so many different qualities and strengths and cultural diversity to our city, and we're so proud of how the city has responded in such a welcoming way to so many immigrants. We're also very pleased to offer or co-sponsor an event this coming Monday, March 21st, along with the Indiana State Chamber of Commerce and Lewis & Kappas, a law firm here in Indianapolis. And we're bringing in a national author who's written a book called Immigrant Inc. And he talks in his book about all the ways that immigrants are contributing to the U.S. economy, the state economies, local economies, through their educational pursuits, through entrepreneurial opportunities. And we are very eager to bring Richard Herman here. We're also having a panel discussion with many state community leaders from around the state, such as Allert Brown-Gort from the University of Notre Dame, Bobby Fong from Butler University, Karen Friss from Eli Lilly, Tom Morales from the Morales Group will also be on a panel discussion talking about what immigrants are bringing to Indianapolis.
Oh, that's wonderful. And you said it's Monday, this Monday, the 21st.
It's this Monday, March 21st. It is open to the public and there is no charge to attend, but we do ask, since we only have a few seats remaining, that people call 808-2326 to make a reservation, or they can send an email to us at rsvp@immigrantwelcomecenter.org.
Okay. And what time is the event on Monday?
The event is from 4 until 6 p.m. and it'll be held at the Indiana Chamber of Commerce's offices, which are located in the PNC Center at 115 West Washington Street in downtown Indianapolis.
That's wonderful. And I know the speaker is going to talk about some of the major figures in our society that were immigrants. And do you recall any of the people offhand that we can give a little snippet to the audience today? Any of the famous people that have shaped our economy?
We have, well, there's so many.
So many to name. And I don't want to give away
Sorry.
I don't want to give away his speech either, but I think so many people don't realize who were immigrants, and I think maybe that's what he'll speak upon on Monday as well. That's
right, and really just how immigrants can be a driving force of the U.S. economy and create new jobs here in America. It's going to be a really, really fascinating speech, and I hope everyone can join us.
That's wonderful. And if they can't join us, how else can they find out more information about you?
They can contact us at www.immigrantwelcomecenter.org, or they can call me at 808-2340.
That's wonderful, Terry. Terry, thank you so much for all the work that you've done, not only for the immigrant community, but I know overall the whole Indianapolis, they have benefited from you, and the Immigrant Welcome Center has been around since what year?
We started in 2006.
2006. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. And we look forward to your event on the 21st at 4 p.m.
4 o'clock.
And again, where's the address?
It's 115 West Washington Street at the State Chamber's offices.
Wonderful. Thank you, Terry. We enjoyed having you on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem. No problem. Now, Jeffrey, thank you, and back to you.
My guest is reaching out to young people through engineering right after this.